included breakfast.
Yeah.
There's a breakfast bar over there. And there's a breakfast bar, and then they serve you eggs, and you request what kind of eggs you want. We made it through the registration to get on the boat. Now we're gonna hop on a boat to go to Rosario Island at some point. These are the boats that we're riding eventually. One of these bad boys are ours. It's 8:45. It's already hot as balls out here, honestly. Busy place already. The vendors are aggressive out here, more aggressive than other places. Hustling. The hustle's real everywhere you go. I don't know, there's some confusion. Something going on about, I don't know. There's a problem with these large bags. So if you're doing one of these beach tours with the boat, make sure you figure out if you have all of your bags with you, really like large bags, make sure you ask a lot of questions before you get on the boat. Because as soon as they got on the boat, it was like, no bags. You can't bring those large bags. We can bring our bags. They were fine with this. But the big bags, the Osprey hiking bags, not allowed on unless you pay extra. So one guy had to pay 40,000 pesos, and I seen other two people pay like 50,000 pesos, I think. I don't know if it was like a set price or it was kind of just like whatever you pay to satisfy the lady. They're all going in the back now, so I don't know. It's figured out, but cutting into the beach time, it's never good. Make sure you figure that out at the gate, maybe with the tour guide or whatever before you start, because they had no idea until the minute they got on the boat that they weren't allowed on. So. We've been on here now for almost an hour, and neither of us are enjoying this experience, honestly. This is so uncomfortable. The boat is in so rough water. It's seriously rough. But the driver seems to be fine, doesn't seem to mind, and neither the co-pilot, but man, this is serious. Like,
sucks.
It's not enjoyable at all. Like, to the point where I'm like, whatever island we get to, I don't care if it's the one we're paid for, we're getting off. And we're going back later, and I at this point I'd be willing to sleep on the island and not go back through this again. We were talking to a guy last night, and he said the same thing. He said it was super rough, but we just decided to go ahead with it, but not very fun. And I don't know, the guy yesterday said that it was supposed to be rougher on the way back, but now it looks like we're getting some like shitty clouds and stuff, so, and wind. My hat's gonna be fucking ruined. Everything is gonna be soaked wet.
Maybe it's not always this rough.
Maybe it's not this rough. It seems like the drivers and the co-pilot guy, they don't seem to care at all. They're also not wearing life jackets, so I don't know. Okay, it looks like we might have made it to the island. Wherever we are, I'm getting off. I don't care. Oh yeah.
Trees on the side of the boat.
I've never been more happy to see a dock. Thank God for this guy back here. This guy got us here safely. Finally made it. I almost lost it all in that boat. Oh, she's very upset. Yeah. Here's a lady that was with us, and she's very, very upset. She's very stressed out.
Aquí es el almuerzo, ahí bajan allá, están, o se meten también por aquí, dan la vuelta también.
Sí.
Entonces, el almuerzo puede ser, bueno, como ven aquí, se puede ir a las 2 de la tarde la live. Sí, me tienen que empezar a ver. Vamos arriba, ven.
That boat ride, like I said while I was on the boat, is insane. And I might sound like an absolute sissy, but every single person on that boat agreed that that was nuts. I'm not comfortable. Yeah, I was contemplating like how far are we from shore? How long is it gonna take for someone to rescue us if we did go out? It's all these like catastrophic thoughts going through your mind because there was like at least a 7 to 10 foot swell. And we're in, I mean, you've seen the boat.
So we need to swim and relax for 2 hours and hopefully we make it back to land in our flight tomorrow.
I tried to fly my drone, but it's so windy that it flew out of my hand right into the sand and I broke the gimbal. I fixed the gimbal like prematurely, but now when I tried to fly it, it was so windy, it's too windy to fly the drone, which is making me even more nervous for the ride back in the boat because it's too windy to fly the drone, it's too fucking windy to be in a boat. That's just my opinion. It's windy as hell here. The food is pretty good though. I mean, so far so good.
Me tiene loco en la cabeza cuando me tocas. Siento que todo está bien, pero en verdad yo no sé si tú lo sientes también. Entonces quiero saber por qué desde que te vi yo vivo diferente.
It's time to go explore this island and see what is so worth it to come all the way up here on the godforsaken boat. The beach is subpar, honestly. The color's nice, like it's fine. It's like a fine sand. There's rocks everywhere. There's a bunch of seaweed everywhere. It's not like you expect that kind of a grueling boat ride to be worth it for like a pristine beach you'd see with fucking no rocks or no coral. But that's not the case. Beach is very much just like a standard beach, honestly. I don't know what the draw is to come to this specific island. There's not much here. You pretty much just come here for the beach. You pull up, you get a chair, and you go on the beach. That's pretty much it. Beach, like I said, I don't know, man. To me, maybe I'm not a good person at grading beaches. I've been on a nice few beaches. This one's not worth a life-risking boat ride. I mean, maybe I'm being dramatic that the boat ride wasn't life-risking, but to me it seemed like it was life-risking. It was an intense boat ride. To sit on a normal beach. There's a lot less people. I mean, if you really want a private feeling on a beach, and yeah, I guess it's worth it, but there's other people with you. It's not like you're 100% private. There's at least 12 other people here with us. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't think it's worth it. I think me and Monica both agree we would have rather been just at the rooftop bar at the pool at the hotel, spending the day there in the sun, and coming here and doing this. The driver said that the way back is going to be worse, so it's already significantly more wavy where it wasn't before, so Monica's blind because her eyes are stinging from her basic eye surgery. I'm getting sprayed. I feel like I'm trying to cross the Atlantic for a better life. I don't know. It's crazy. The drivers still don't seem to care at all. This guy's an absolute beast. It's not worth it. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that. You have to show us.
2 hours later.
Oh man, we made it. I've got a massive headache. We both agreed that it wasn't worth it. Crazy, that was the craziest boat ride I've ever had in my entire life by far. There's that point there where I thought, I was literally thinking we're probably not gonna make it and we're gonna have to swim to shore. So thank God these guys got us back. Absolute beast, crazy little boat. Dual 115 Yamaha engines just ripping down the coast. Drone got soaking wet, everything's soaking wet, so the gimbal even starts to work because I broke the gimbal when I was on the island. It's just I dropped the drone trying to fly it. So if the gimbal works, it may still not work because it might be soaking wet. So we'll see. This is Monica's third wrappy order.
I need the loose best one.
Oh, you don't like it already?
It's okay if it's not hot.
We did wrappy again because we had such a long day and we didn't want to get ready.
That's it.
I ordered sushi, so we'll see what the sushi looks like. Hopefully it's good. We spent the last 3 hours blow drying all of our clothes and stuff. And now we're enjoying a nice pizza. Rosario Island. Worth it. Everything's wet. Bags are next. So we're back at the hotel. Everything went pretty smooth, but I don't know, man. Like I said, me and Monica both feel like, first of all, even if it was a relatively moderate boat ride, you know, like if it wasn't rough, the island's really not worth it. We both kind of feel like it was a waste of our day. If you were in Cartagena for maybe like 5 days or like more than 2 days, sure, it'd be okay to check it out if you're sick of the city bossy, the busyness of the city, or if you already checked the wall city, if you've already done everything you want to do here and you want to just check out the islands, sure. Coco Terra is, from what I've seen from picking up all the people, Coco Terra is like one of the least nicest beaches. I would have hit up the one before that, but I think it was called Playa de Rilia. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but when we picked up the couple behind us on the boat, I realized their beach was much nicer, their sand was nicer, they had more white sand in the water. Our beach had a lot more like kelp and stuff growing out of a lot of rocks and coral, which is fine, but the beach was still like a white sandy beach. However, like for that kind of boat ride, to get to a beach that was the subpar in my opinion, it was absolutely insane. And on the way back was worse than on the way there. On the way back, we were constantly bombarded by giant waves. It was at least, it had to be an 8-foot waves the whole way back. We got a break intermittently because the driver kept going inland a little bit to give us a break from the big waves, but the way back took us 2 hours. It was only supposed to take an hour. So an extra hour of travel time on the way back, constantly bombarded by waves. Everything we had is soaked. My book bag is entirely soaked, which is to be expected. I should have brought, or at least thought about the fact, like, okay, we're going on a boat, we're mostly gonna get wet. I've been on many boats and not had all my shit soaking wet. Every single inch of my body was soaked in water, and I was completely sprayed with water constantly for 2 hours straight. So, and it didn't matter where you sat on the boat, honestly. Maybe it was a little bit better on the other side because the waves weren't coming in as hard, but the boat ride was hell, absolutely hell. You couldn't pay me, you'd had to pay me $5,000 to get back in that boat right now to go back out to that island and back. Not worth it. And we actually paid $90 Canadian each to go there. So yeah, I don't know. My final thoughts on Rosario Island is it's overrated. Only go if you have extra enough time or you have extra time. Other than that, it's really not something you really need to do. And the communication between the different companies and the boats and the drivers and the tour guides. I digress. I will say that it's been a while. I've had a lot of time to think about this experience, and I think Rosario Island is, I think it's a good idea if you have time, like I say here. But I think most importantly, 2 things would make Rosario Island absolutely fine. Is I think pay the extra money for a tour that has a nice boat that you can relax on, and the boat experience becomes part of the good experience of the whole trip. Using the taxi boat tour guide group that we did, Cocotera Beach Tours, not a good call, because the 2 hours or hour, if you're lucky, is really cuts into your beach time, and you spend most of your day just on the most horrible taxi water ride of your life. So if the weather's great, sure, go for it. I think Rosario Island had something to offer. If it wasn't so windy and we could have time to relax and we weren't stressed out about the way back, it would have been an interesting island. Other than that, though, most of what I say here I think still stands. Do not go if the weather's going to be windy at all, because it was absolutely hell, unless you can find a yacht or something big. But that's my take on that. Type of safety other than a life jacket, the whole thing is pretty wild. And you also pick up everyone else on your way there. You drop everyone off and you pick everyone up on the way back, so that eats in your time at the beach. I don't know, honestly, altogether, I don't think it's worth it. Alright, so it's currently 6:06 a.m. We're getting everything packed up. We're pretty much packed up. We were supposed to get some special breakfast, but we didn't. Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah, if you can.
We're still trying to dry our clothes up here, which is proving to be more effective than with the hairdryer. We spent probably 2 hours last night trying to dry our clothes with the hairdryer and dry bags. Bags are actually dry, so it actually was pretty effective. We're gonna get everything packed up and then get on a plane and head to Medellin. And that'll be the next chapter. So far, Cartagena was nice, and I'm glad we came here, but I don't think I would need to come back here. What do you think?
Yeah.
But aside from the rapping gangsters and the boat ride, this place was pretty cool. I would say it's definitely a must see if you have time to come here. If you're planning on coming to Colombia for a less amount of time, maybe not, but I would say it's definitely a must see. I already took a bunch of videos here, I think.
No.
This is the main lobby of Casa Cannabal. What's this? And this roof is always there, always open. There's the moon. Good morning, moon. Going to the airport. Honestly, we've had no problems with the Ubers here. We use an Uber. They're quick, they're pretty cheap, and there's no negotiation on price. You just hop in, you get out. It's super easy. I would recommend just stick on Ubers. I don't know if you really want to, how much money you'll really save. Most of our trips have been like, the most expensive trip was $10 Canadian because I tipped the guy because we had a big conversation. Most of them are like $4 or $5. I would say it's much more. Oh yeah, this is the breakfast that the hotel provided us for our early exit. You don't like that?
I don't.
You don't like that ham sandwich with the 3 bread number? Anyway, let's see what Medellin has to offer.